EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Space City, Houston, Texas, and NRG Stadium. It's Jake Elliott ready to get this one kicked off. And off we go from Houston. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. First carry for Joe Mixon. And a minimal gain here, only to about the 31. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That's complete to Stephon Diggs. Still going inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston. Now, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. Second play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Right to the air. It's Hurts. First throw of the game is going to be intercepted. That's the safety, Jimmy Ward. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
This is an area of the offense, Mike, that's going to have to find its rhythm now as this game unfolds. They talked all week, come out early, get some completions, settle down this quarterback. Well, in return, he throws an early pick. It's too early to go away from the game plan. There's a lot of game left, but this passing game is going to have to get on track throughout the rest of this game.
And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for this with Mixon. And he'll have it. He'll have it at the 16-yard line. 1st down picked up as the running game comes through. From the gun, here's Stroud. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal? Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
Fourth down, and on comes Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal. Oh, looked like he mishit it. He missed that one from short range. No good. And this is going to remain a one-possession game.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
This one to his big tight end, Uzama. And a big gain out of bounds as time runs down. An exclamation point to end this first quarter. They go three tight ends here on 1st and 10. Now Hurts. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. First carry for Saquon Barkley. Maybe a couple there. It's third down. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley.
You can always tell what a team's decision will be on fourth down, Mike, based on what they do on third down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that fourth down more manageable. So I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here. So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on fourth down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on fourth down.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Stroud to throw. He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the handoff, it's Mixon. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Here's a 2nd and 12. Stroud going to set up to throw. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
Just can't seem to get anything going on every ensuing snap. They just continue to go backwards and backwards and backwards. They've got to find a way on 1st and 2nd down to stay ahead of the chains so 3rd down is not so daunting.
The last 2 runs go nowhere and sets up 3rd and very long. Digs on the reception. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. To the goal line and in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans.
Like we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. On the return from the end zone, here's Britton Covey. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. First and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. It's second down.
Haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup, and he's going to have to make the better decisions here in the second half.
And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
And this is why most teams might decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle four. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Hurts will work here from the pistol. This is intercepted. That's the linebacker, Azeez Al-Shire. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party on pick six for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick six.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Britton Covey from out of his own end zone. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Jimmy Ward that time shuts it down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On play action, Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. They need to get to the 29 here, facing third down. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Britton Covey from out of his own end zone. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Once again, it's Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Jalen Petrie up to make the tackle. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Hurts working in the pistol. And that is incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive. But instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive. Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the 2nd half, you have to maximize every possession. And that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on 4th down. Give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead. But it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop. And that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult.
On 2nd down, Stroud. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Darius Slay. And the Eagles are going to take possession here as they get it at their own 4.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Backed up to his own goal line. Hurts taking a shot downfield for Smith.
This has really just been the story of the entire game. They just seem out of sync, don't they? I mean, they desperately need to find a way to just get some points on the scoreboard, any way it takes. They don't complete on the deep pass there, but keep shooting for it, because at some point something's going to break your way, and they desperately need it.
He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they'll get him down up around the 15-yard line. A pistol snap back to Hurts. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. Hurts again. This is caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage, no gain to show for it.
That was a nice looking grab. Really nice footwork there on the sideline to stay in bounds, but after all that, it's still not going to result in very much.
Hurts will try it again.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
We'll try to run here with Barkley. And he's going to have an Eagles 1st down as they move the chains on 3rd down. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. That's the linebacker, Azeez Al-Shaair.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra extra possession that they just stole.
They'll run with Mixon. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. 2nd down and 8. They'll go right back to Mixon. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Stroud. And that is incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. Now, Stroud. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On 1st down, it's Hurts. He's going to carry that ball loosely, and it is out. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. To throw is Hurts. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Again, Hurts. Taking off, he'll try to get there. So just under 2 minutes here in this one. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. 1st and 10 now from the 36. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. The open receiver is Dotson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They run out of the gun with Barkley. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. To throw is Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's so close to the goal line. Couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up 3rd and goal.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
They're in 4-down territory for sure, but what can they do on this one? It's 3rd and goal. Here we go. One final play. And it's going to be some points here at the finish line. This is a touchdown. They've fought till the end, but still will come up short.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. So, to win here for the Texans, they use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game. They send their fans home quite happy. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Texans as we say, so long.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And away we go from NRG Stadium. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Stroud in the air to start us off. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. has a man, Dalton Schultz. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans take a 6-0 lead right away. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards showing just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. We'll have him gain about a handful there. That stop coming from Henry To'o. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They stick with Jacobs. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Going run again with Jacobs. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Christian Harris on the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Has it downfield, working the left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Man in motion here. Jacobs gets it on the draw. And they bring him to a stop, but this run gets him into the red zone down to the 15. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Jacobs running behind center. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Give them 3 yards, and they're just inches away on 3rd down. Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. It'll be a quality gain on the run, and that also brings us to the end of this quarter. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Ready to go with the 2nd quarter. It's the Packers with it inside the red zone. Man in motion out of the slot. They'll run. Jacobs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. Love now. The throw is caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
it is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all to try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? It's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
And the defender comes away with it. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And the Texans will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
A loss of 5 on the play. It's 3rd and 15.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. And it's the Texans. Backed up here on 3rd and 15. From the gun, Stroud. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field. Incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Packers will take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. And the Texans will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Running in the red zone. It's a gain of 22. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. This throw is cupped. Touchdown, Houston. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans double their lead to 14. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. He's going deep. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Stroud now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
2nd and 10, Stroud to throw. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Texans set to punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. From his end zone, he gets the kick away. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Packers have a short field in front of them as they take over. Thrown on 1st down, Love. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Target that time, Jaden Reed. And it sets up 2nd down. Shotgun now for Love. He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He's got it. Touchdown, Green Bay. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
So the Packers showing faith in their offense as they decide to go for 2. Love to throw again. And the pass is successful. That's a little momentum builder as they attack this deficit. Well, he just caught them the touchdown, Brock. Defense obviously aware of him as they line up for 2. How did they lose him? How did they get it right back to him for the conversion?
Because he's that good. In moments like this, Kate, it's not even about the play, it's about the player. And when you got a player of this caliber, you find every way to get it to him. And just because he scored the touchdown doesn't mean you don't go right back to that well. I love it.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. They're looking to throw. He puts some juice on a deep throw. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans will add to their lead at the end of the half. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown. I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Wilson would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans bump the lead up to 13 points. Well, Brock Martin, a touchback. This kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Jaden Reed to return this. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Hand off here to Jacobs. His foray up the middle, and that's about 3. The tackle there by Danielle Hunter. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They've got a man in motion. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And again, they stalled him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They're going for this, and they won't do it. That falls in.